Tommy, Mika, and Jay, what literature have they read to come to the conclusion? There's no way you could have read those books and not understand how the European has a strong hold on what we've become.
It's down on the panel right now who've written books. And do you know what that book was? His opinion, motherfucker. Everybody's book is their opinion. So when you read that book, you know who opinion you now got? His. You done swore up and down. You read 39 books and you got your own opinion. No, you don't. You like a woman who done laid down with 39 different. And
so don't bring up your personal accolades because that ain't got to do with the larger picture.
Right on. Hold on. When y'all say this, then he's right. Jay is right. Because every other group got infiltrated. Every one of them.
So why is the Grand
The government's job is to keep all of its citizens under its thumb. Every one of them.
Right.
So why don't
anybody that tell y'all this lie that it's about blacks? No, it ain't.
Just because you scream and holler like a Baptist preacher don't mean you make sense, bro.
That's why she's bringing it up.
I'll let you think. I'll let you think what you like.
I'm not even addressing you right now. You know what? You're on pause.
Of course, now you're gonna run.
Making my point. See, when you denigrate reading, there was a lot of. Excuse me.
Who denigrated reading?
Y'all did.
Oh, no. And this brother JB.
Just like how he said, well, we built all these things and we had families and all these things. So that means you had the blueprint of how to do it right. Why in the hell would you be doing that right now? Make them burn it down again.
Y'all literally
when he pulled up the screen, he cut my voice off.
Black people, y'all were talking about black people being victims. We're not victims anymore. When in reality, the people who are in power, based on societal structure, based on the race of the person, is typically how society is shaped. And y'all ignoring that. If the majority of people, if the race of the person in power is white, are they typically going to do what's in the best interest of white people, JB? That's all I'm asking you. Are they going to do what's in the best interest of a white man?
Okay, if we look at America,
just answer the question.
As a citizen,
the question, JB, just answer the question.
As a citizen, am I not supposed to do the same thing that my white counterpart is going to be doing as well?
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you that. Be honest.
What are you asking then?
Is English?
See, a lot of this stuff be disingenuous. I hate to say this. On these debate platforms, they try and get your words all twisted. He said that whoever the majority of the country, they're going to have that ethnicity group in their best interest. Okay. In the creation of America, yes, because when we look at what was the majority, it was white people that created America. So of course you're going to have, I guess you can say, white Americans in their best interest. We're in 2025. The best interest falls into the hands of citizens who want to play the game. That's why I went at it about that route to say that I live in 2025 and I have to keep reiterating that, because if we live in the past constantly and consistently, I'm telling you, it's going to send you down a road of destruction. If you keep reading the literature of what white people did to our ancestors, it's only going to make you angry. It's not going to make you want to do better. It's not going to make you still play the game. You still got to play the game. I'm going to try not to, pause this and react to it constantly, but I want to give context to some of the things that I didn't say while I'm on the panel. Like I say, when it comes down to debating, it's not the easiest or whatnot. I'm not a debater, so it's kind of hard to always get the point out, but I definitely want to break this down.
Do we originally indigenous black people speak English? Do we follow Jesus?
In America, I speak English. What are we doing?
I didn't ask you that. Is that are black people, were they inherently, not inherently, excuse me, let me take that word. Were we originally speaking English and following Jesus? People that look like you and me.
I'm gonna be honest. I live in 2025, so I'm not gonna sit right here and say what blacks were speaking and whatnot.
Hey Jay, this is not. Hey Jay.
That is strange to even be talking about.
Jay, one sec. Hey Jay, this is not a review. Hey Jay, Jay, this is not a review. You're talking with real life people. When real life people ask you questions, don't avoid it like a modern woman. Answer that shit.
He probably thought I was trying to run around answering the question when it comes down to what white people or what black people were speaking in the creation of America. Here's the thing about it. Tommy's going to clear this up a little later on. Black people have been speaking a plethora of languages, not only English or whatnot. But I don't want to constantly have to jump back and say, oh, well, white people were our masters. They've definitely enslaved us and they taught us the English language or whatnot, because I know where some of these conversations go at. But let's go ahead and continue.
what he asked you. Can't be doing that.
A lot of y'all don't even appreciate Africa. That's the problem.
Answer that.
We didn't even mention Africa.
It don't matter. Whatever.
You didn't even mention Africa. You didn't even mention the word Africa.
Whatever country you're talking about.
JB, is the reason why we speak English because a white power structure influenced us. When it picked us up from somewhere else and brought us to this country, and they put us under their societal norms. Is that yes or no?
Possibly, but at the same time, I'll be honest, I don't subscribe to the whole like the slavery movement. Now that's a deeper conversation, but I don't subscribe to the
what is there to subscribe to?
The large transatlantic slave movement. I don't exactly agree to the destruction of black civilization. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to check that book out. I'm not sure exactly what that entails, but it was. I mean, she held it up. Okay, to the way how it was actually set up. So that'll be a lot for me to unpack right now.
So you don't speak English because of white man, because of the impact we had from a white colony.
And the sad part is that they couldn't acknowledge that a lot of people don't agree with the way how the transatlantic slave trade was set up. A lot of people feel like blacks were already here, that they didn't transport as many blacks over. So am I still wrong for stating that?
That's not why we speak English today.
I'll say yeah, based on the history. I don't know everything. I'm not gonna sit right here and act like I know every bit of history to where it's like, oh yeah, it was exactly white.
I see you, Tommy. Hey, 1 second. Hey, last question for Mila, and then Tommy becomes the main event of the show for the rest of the show because he's on the card. Okay, go ahead, Dila. Finish your point.
And it's funny. I was gonna ask you guys. I was gonna ask Tommy, Mika, and Jay, what literature have they read to come to the conclusion they have. So it's funny that she brought up a book because I literally bring that book up all the time. You read that book, Micah?
Oh yeah, I also have Dr. Claude Anderson's books. I can go on forever.
So with that being said, there's no way you could have read those books and not understand how the European has a strong hold on what we've become, whether it be intellectually, whether it be economic. I don't see how you can read that literature and come to that conclusion. But at least you have some. So you have a frame of reference outside of just Google. Mr. J, what literature have you read in your lifetime as an individual study to give you a higher understanding of your people historically, economically, or spiritually, for lack of a better word, to give you an independent study of what's going on?
I would say experience and things that I have read and watched. I can't give you a specific book. I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these reading.
It's fine. No. This is what we're not gonna do.
Like
just you answer the question, bro. You don't have to. See how the female had books. Wow. But you got a bunch of excuses. See, this is what I don't like about a lot of brothers on these panels.
But I'm actually successful though. So what are you talking about?
That's fine. I'm glad you got money. That's good. But you can have a lot of money, still know the you are, and still have no knowledge of self. Oprah got a lot of money. Oprah got a. You know, piss me off.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Know who you are. What does that mean? Come on.
Know who you are is like know who you are. Like where you are in the world. Have knowledge of self. Have
knowledge of self. What is that? And I said that. What does that even mean? Because I still got to play the game as the white man in America that's playing. All that, I know where I came from. I know what the white man did to me, the whole nine. Do we not realize that the white man is in the same fight the black man, the same problems they have, we have. And then when you look on a world scale, we all dealing with the same issues. That's why I don't like diving into the whole, I have to read this type of literature to get better understanding. It's about doing. It don't matter what society you in, you're going to have to do and you're going to have to perform. It does not matter. Me learning what the history was of my ancestors is not going to shape my idea of how I'm supposed to raise my family, the whole nine. Of course, we are aware of the history and what happened on how America was created. But in 2025, we got so much opportunity to do whatever we want. Why not take advantage of it? I'm not against reading. I'm about reading the things that you need to read to get the way you want to be at. I'm in the aviation industry. Guess what? I have to read repair manuals. I have to read materials to allow me to work on aircrafts. So that is me increasing my knowledge. But if I'm reading books about how my ancestors was beat to death, babies was, I don't want to say certain things because y'all already know, what has happened. So if I'm constantly sending myself there, that's a problem. And that's the only thing I was stating that, but now he jumped down my throat saying that I don't want to read or whatnot, but I'm just spitting things out my mouth. Now I'm a fake individual.
Knowledge of the bigger picture of why your people are being that's great. Then that's great, bro. That's great.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is we're on a panel talking about issues, right? So it ain't about what you make. It's not about your family because we're talking to a general populace. Remember how y'all just did this whole long speech about how everybody don't know what stuff means, so we gotta explain shit for everybody. So don't bring up your personal accolades, because that ain't got to do with the larger picture. That's arrogance, that's ego, and that's a fancy way of saying my ass ain't read a motherfucking thing. Hold on.
So you telling me someone who hasn't read the same books that he's read, it's now problematic because I've made it in a certain point in life, whether it be through career or whether it be through hustles or side entrepreneurial endeavors. It's a problem now because I was able to get that, but I didn't read his book, so now I'm unqualified. That's the problem. That's what I don't like. I don't have to read the same books that you read. You reading Black Destruction and Black, all this Black books. I don't like that. I'm all for the history. I've read the books already. I've already been in it. But guess what? When I was in it, I was only angry and I couldn't produce anything. What do? Do I learn the history, become angry about it, and don't participate, or do I try and strive for my family community to have a better future? Which one?
Hold on. That's a fancy way of saying, I haven't read nothing, and that's fine. But this is what I hate what Black men do. Don't diminish what you haven't comprehended. Just because you don't know the history, just because you don't know how white supremacy has affected the modern day because you made some money, don't diminish the idea of even learning about that because your ass ain't read shit. You ain't read nothing.
It's not about
one second, please. JB, you have the chance to respond.
I'm done.
You have the chance to respond, and then Tommy and interrupted. Dealer, don't respond back, please. Go ahead, JB. Defend yourself.
It's not about money or anything like that, bro. It's about mentality. I grew up in the hood. I grew up poor. It's nothing about me making a certain amount of money or doing this or doing that changes anything. It's about the mentality that the same mentality that I adapted, others can do the same. If we come together and produce that mindset amongst all of us, that will change something. That's what it's about.
Who's arguing that? What's the key word you said? You said come together, right? So that means that's a unified effort, correct, brother? But I said earlier that that's the issue that we find a problem in. We find success as individuals, like you have. You found individual success. We have it's proven in this country that when we do try to unify, we are attacked. So
here's the thing about it, all that unification stuff, we're not as unified as we think we are. I'm gonna be honest. People think white people all are unified. No, you just have specific individuals doing the right things, the right steps to create wealth or just say family household income. And it looks like they're doing group economics, but they're not. Most whites are not participating together. Now, let's speak on immigrants. Let's say the ones that are like Asian, Indians, Mexicans. When they come over here in family groups. So it looks like they're playing the group economic game, but they're really just a large family structure that's working together. Because guess what? All of the Gomez's don't rock with the Sanchez's. All of the Hongs don't mess with the Chows. So every group is not playing group economics. It's about the family mentality. That's what I was trying to get at. It's about a household that's structured to where we're doing what we supposed to be doing. Guess what? The neighbors doing what they doing. The next neighbor doing what they're doing. And now we got a strong community, whatever community that is. It looks strong because everybody's holding it down. And guess what? We so happen to be the same skin color. But once we get so far removed from that, we thinking that everything is about group economics. All Black people ain't gonna be able to play together. Every Black family name is not going to be able to play together. It's about every individual, though, producing and making the right moves to make it look like that on paper as a large majority.
There's a huge threat to not us moving individually, but it seems to be a threat to the powers that be in this country about when we organize more than just one person. So to act like you just said we have to unify, but why? Every time we do that, what happened?
It takes a bunch of individuals to now show to the people. You feel what I'm saying? If it's a bunch of me's, a bunch of yous, or whoever, that in itself can help fix the problem. But if you they trying to be funny on these panels too, I ain't gonna lie. When you trying to get your thoughts out, don't come out right. They want to make fun of you. What is that for?
JB, I can't believe you can answer a straight question, my brother.
What do you mean?
I can't. He said, what happens every time these people try to get together? And you say, it takes a bunch of people to build a village and to... Like, you can answer the question.
Hold on, but you keep saying, what are these people... Hold on, ask it one more time.
What happens when Black people, all these people, try to get together to accomplish something from these Black communities and all that? What happens?
What do you mean what happens?
Oh my God!
You got
brother.
plenty of black people.
I appreciate you, my brother.
But you got plenty of black people out here doing things, though. What are you saying?
No,
we got cities like Atlanta that's primarily black. You got a lot of black areas. You got people that still stay in these black areas. Now, whether the individuals in the areas are producing to make the area better, how am I wrong at that point? How am I wrong? And I know what they're trying to get at. They're trying to say that the white man is basically shutting down every movement that black people start up. That's so far from the truth. I think it boils down to us trying to actually put back into these communities and these movements that we want to hold on to. Because the only thing that we can bring up is Black Wall Street from back in the day. They bombed it. They destroyed it the whole night. They shut down everything we do. Most people don't even think about doing anything serious anymore. But they say every time it happens, give me a modern example of something being established and being torn down. If we really wanted to shoot for something, we can do it. Most of them just don't.
I've listened to a lot, and this is probably the quietest I've been in life.
Thank you very much, Tommy, for being well behaved.
But I will say this. It sounded like you had a point, but then if you break it down, you don't. Let me explain.
Who?
You say, I said, that's why I said, let me explain.
No, who would add the point?
I'm going to tell you. Because when you stated, what did they do to the black movement? Just like the other brother said, we speak English.
Yes.
That ain't what we spoke before. But what he doesn't understand is the only reason we spoke English is because the English won, because many of the blacks don't speak English. They speak French or they speak Spanish. And the only reason a lot of people speak English, hell, the only reason that many of y'all speak English today is because the Germans lost. So those whites didn't speak the same as the other whites. So when you say we speak English, y'all act like the world does, when it literally took the English, a group of white, to beat the other whites in order to gain their supremacy. Same thing happened with the Asians. Same thing happened with the Indian tribes. The bigger tribe beat the smaller tribe.
Yeah.
When we talk about the blacks who you say speak English today, they were broken into several different languages in the countries they were from in Africa. So they did not have a united language there. Now, that being said, when you say these things, y'all said the word victim. The guy said, well, if I'm speaking and I'm telling you about what's going on, I'm not being a victim. He's right. So why is it that when you disagree with a black man and he's telling you what's going on, you know what you'll say doing? Crying. And he tell y'all what you did to him, what you said to him. Shut up. Quit crying. Secondly, if you are just talking about what's on the scoreboard and explaining how we got to this score, I'm with you. It's not victimhood. You're just explaining. Problem is, when a black person is explaining what's on the scoreboard for black folks, he cooning. He's soft shoeing. He up there trying to make blacks look bad for the whites, even though all he's doing is telling you what the score is and how we got to this score. It would be nice if every time, and I see how Ali keeps making the joke, but the joke should stop being made because I was proven right and nobody's going to point it out. He was right saying that define something makes it a lot easier to have a discussion about it. And every time y'all have been doing that afterwards, you've proven it. It makes it easier to say, okay, now that we all know what this looks like, we can put it in that bucket. It shouldn't be something that's offensive. The only people who are offended by someone asking them to define it is people that don't know what it means. When the brother was talking about how we should know history, and he said, what books have you read? You don't have an opinion on your own because you ain't read a book. It's niggas up there on the panel right now who've written books. And do you know what that book was? His opinion, motherfucker. Everybody's book is their opinion. So when you read that nigga's book, you know who opinion you now got? His. You done swore up and down. You read 39 niggas' books and you got your own opinion. No, you don't. You like a woman who done laid down with 39 different and got 39 different in her. You got all them in you. Every book you open about another nigga's thoughts and his life and what he saw is that nigga steaming in your brain. So when you tell everybody how you done came up with something great and you read this, sir, that was somebody guiding you. This is the reason why I live in the South, and most Southern niggas are Baptists, and they'll fight you over their God.
I ain't gonna lie, Tommy was cooking, because what he explained was, and they're gonna have a problem with this, the rest of the panel, is that he made the reference of you reading a whole bunch of books is the same as a woman dealing with a whole bunch of men, because you get imprinted and influenced on the books that you read, and that shapes where your knowledge has come from.
But no, somebody told him to be that. When you say, last point, what happened to every black movement? Oh, so Farrakhan and the black Muslims wasn't a black movement? Because they damn sure still exist.
And the CIA infiltrated that shit, right?
Hold on. When y'all say this, then he's right. Jay is right. Because every other group got infiltrated. Every one of them.
So why is the grand...
The government's job is to keep all of its citizens under its thumb. Every one of them.
Right. So why don't they
anybody that tell y'all this lie that it's about blacks? No, it ain't. JFK wasn't black. The majority of people you know getting their top popped off is white, and white people popping them.
That's
Charlie Kirk wasn't black. He popped off. There's every day you turn around, it's some white person getting popped off because he done decided to have a movement that done cost and made somebody mad. But y'all gonna lie and act like whites just get to float through life when they disagree with the government, but blacks get hurt. No, they don't. They get their top popped off.
All right. Can we respond? To Pastor Sotomayor?
I got you. Don't worry about it. You have time. I just want to say this real quick, right?
Man, Tommy be spitting, man. He's definitely well versed in speaking, debating. Tommy definitely knows his stuff, man.
You can't prove that Charlie Kirk was shot by the government. I can prove that all of these black activists actually died, or the government was trying to get rid of them by saying, oh no, I didn't interrupt you, by sending suicide letters to Martin Luther King and saying, if you don't kill yourself, we are going to defame you. I can prove that the government, Tommy, I let you finish, right? I'll let you finish. The American people, one second, please. The American people is not the American government. We're talking about the American government, like a force that literally will create agencies to infiltrate associations, groups, neighborhoods to get up. Let me reply to this, and you got it. For example,
I didn't even get a chance to speak to them.
Absolutely, you have the chance. Absolutely, we'll have a chance to speak. But for example, the CIA got a bunch of drugs from I don't know where, from South America, flooded black neighborhoods with it, and then arrested people by literally consuming and selling the same drugs they were distributing. As soon as that shit happened to white people, is an opioid crisis, and we need to help them because people shouldn't be on drugs. Like, we all know from the beginning that the American government is going to put booby traps in front of the people they don't fuck with because they don't want their advancement. So
here's the sad part about it. White people been getting booby trapped throughout the creation of America. White people never got a pass. It's not as glorified, and it's not in our community, so we're not gonna see it. White people be getting cancer at way higher rates. They get a whole lot of strange diseases. They be getting played in the banking system for the longest. White people still get the same treatment that blacks get when it comes down to losing their houses, not being able to pay taxes, drug overdoses. It's the same exact thing. We just don't see it because it's not directly in front of us. But to sit right here and say that it's a blanket over black people that we getting it at a higher rate, that still is going to be debatable in 2020.
It's very disingenuous to say they do it to white people too, when white people, for the most part, are the ones pulling the trigger and saying, we are going to war, we are going to delete these people, we are going to get these people out of here. It was not black people that fuck up JF Kennedy. It was the white government that actually did it. So you prove the point, Tommy. There's a false equivalence. That's not what we're talking about.
Y'all talk long, and then when y'all get to the end, y'all will make it extra long, but y'all won't say, okay, here is what Tommy said. He said those white people don't all speak the same language, and they go to war. When you just talked about all those wars those whites started, they were typically big world wars against other whites. So you cannot say that whites just get to do things and walk through the raindrops. It is untrue. You said Charlie Kirk out of all the things I said, but you didn't say Julius Caesar. Like, so the brother said Julius Caesar. Was he black? Or what about JFK?
Are we talking about history?
No. Oh my God.
Are we talking about that?
No, it's fine. Let him finish.
Philosophical whack for that. To bring up history is nothing wrong with that. The argument I was making opposed to what Tommy was making is completely different.
Let him finish.
Don't use what I said.
No. Let him finish, please. Let him finish. Go ahead, Tommy.
He said, why are we talking about history when I can bring him up to date? Is all.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. Finish your point.
I'm saying, like the Iran-Contra affair, these are all white people doing certain things against certain people in certain groups that aren't them. The Jews, what happened to them? They are white. We see them and we see a white person. All I'm pointing out is anytime anybody makes a movement, and this is how I know what y'all are saying is untrue. Because y'all be the same people who call me the C word, and y'all won't say, if y'all believe what y'all say, anytime something good is happening amongst black people, they cut it off. They make it difficult. Well, let me tell y'all something. All y'all pro-blacks, all y'all people sitting up here talking all this, calling me the C word and everything, y'all get to stay on white YouTube and say whatever you want. This big C, the who is saying all this stuff to help white people and got white people told to love his back, and I be tap dancing. You know I can't say it. So by your own logic, by your own words, why is it that they would want to not be able to speak, but y'all pro-blacks can be up here pro-blacking all day, right on this white platform?
You checkmated yourself. You checkmated yourself. You know who got you out of here, Tommy? White liberals. The white liberal on Google said Tommy is very offensive to black women and black people, so we're going to get him out of here. That's the white liberal. That's not us. That's them.
Wait a minute. So now you're saying they're different, which is what
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'm saying the whites aren't the same.
No. I'm saying that both sides of the aisle do this.
He just checkmated himself because now he's saying that the whites are different. The same way how he was saying with white people speaking different languages. They all conquered each other. So that makes them different in the same breath.
Same thing. If they find speech that they don't agree with, they get it out of here. It's not black people. Black people don't run Google.
Hold on. Yes.
Hold on to what?
No, I'm trying to explain it. Listen, you're right. So if black people, I'm asking, if black people are the ones who claim if it's a movement they're trying to stop, that means that was a movement good for us. Why is it that the black folks who are able to say this about everything else have not stopped in all these years and said, if we were able to go to the white liberals and get them to get rid of this black man, maybe it's because he was good for us, because they showed they ain't did it to nothing else. They ain't did it to King Von, and he died in a horrible murder along with FBG Duck, and they music still online talking about shooting up the homeboys. It's still getting AdSense, and ain't none of y'all put together no groups and said, well, these brothers did die in violence. Why we gonna sit up here and let them keep preaching violence after their death?
But we agree with you. We agree with you. But no. We agree with you. But you know the problem with what you said, Mansa. You go after Ila, right? This is what the problem, right? Ila and Ali said English, but Ila said European, and this is why you're being disingenuous, Tommy. The English thing is the Anglo-Saxon and Latin culture. Is the colonizers, the Portuguese, the French, the Belgian. We are talking about the conglomerate of white people that for 500 years were spreading Christianity and motherfucking war. And when Ali said
together, that's why they're at war. Wait a minute. If they were together, they would only be at war against other people that weren't white.
No. That's not the point. The point is this, right? The white people were fighting each other just like everybody else. When the Muslims attack Europe, when the Moors attack Europe, they actually form a coalition. They made a bunch of Christian nations, and they went around the world and doing what they did. So respectfully, this is what we're talking about. You can't deny that just because it said English.
What you're saying?
It's not true what you're saying.
That's not true.
They did not say all of white people are going to get together and fight the Muslims because they ain't white. They did not get together.
They literally did that shit. Tommy, this is Portuguese education one-on-one.
If you're saying, then why didn't blacks do it in Africa?
Stop. Because I got you, brother. I got you. Because when Gaddafi tried to do the African nations and get out of the petrodollar, the United States went there and got him.
Black.
Oh, no.
I can't believe you said this.
No. Respectfully, when Gaddafi
is not black.
Sir, when Gaddafi looked at the other African nations and said, we need to decentralize from Americans and get off the petrodollar, the Americans went there and fuck him up.
No, say Obama.
Thank you.
Hold on.
What about Obama?
It was about money.
No. Hold on. Here's the thing.
Yo, let Monster get in there.
There's a lot of. See, when you denigrate reading, remember the slaves used to get killed for reading. Okay, there was a lot of. Excuse me.
Who denigrated reading?
Y'all did.
Oh, no.
And this brother JB.
Maybe y'all don't know what the word
is. No, we know what it means. We
let him cook. Hey, Tommy, let him cook.
How is that?
Let Monster talk. You heard what you gotta say. We know what you're talking about. You got it. It ain't that deep.
You rebuttal, Tommy. You rebuttal.
Let him talk. Let Monster talk.
This is where we get into the part where they said that I denigrated reading or whatnot by not promoting it.
Yo, chill out. Let's have one mic, please. How did I denigrate it? By saying what it is. You're reading someone else's book.
I didn't speak since the beginning. I'm just going to say my piece. The fact is, you denigrated reading because you said that because a brother read a lot of books, that he got semen in his brain like a woman who done slept with a lot of men. Because he's reading a lot of books.
That's not denigrating it.
No. See,
it is, yo.
He made an analogy.
Let him talk. Let him talk. Let him talk.
That wasn't an analogy, bro. It wasn't an analogy. It's an analogy. It's not a
denigration, bro. Let him talk, bro. Y'all gotta let niggas talk, bro.
Now you know analogies.
It's the whole show, bro.
Yo, chill out. Let's have one mic, please. And thank you. This is what doesn't make sense.
This is some bullshit, bro.
Listen,
rebuttal him. Hold on, Master. I'll bring you back, Tommy. You made your points, and they had to be rebutted. Let him make the points, and then you're gonna be the first one to rebuttal him because he's responding to you.
I'm glad that people know analogies now.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Back in slavery, in case you all didn't know, which I assumed you all knew, they used to kill us for reading and learning how to read. And they passed laws to make sure we couldn't read. Now, when you're reading books, you're not just reading opinions. There's first sources, there's primary sources, there's secondary sources, and there's third sources. There's the primary source is actually reading about something that happened, okay, from the people who either was directly involved or about the situation as it's reported from several different people. Okay,
which is an opinion. Which is their opinion.
Let them finish talking. Let them finish talking. Damn.
Their opinion, their POV.
I'm telling you, just because you read a whole bunch of books does not mean that you're intelligent. You could be reading the wrong literature. Like I said earlier, I'm in aviation. I have to read repair manuals. I have to constantly be reading materials so that I'm actually qualified to work on an aircraft. So what are we reading at that point in time? If I'm reading a whole bunch of Negro spirituals to where I'm constantly seeing what white people did to my ancestors to just make me angry and get a reaction out of me, that's not gonna make me more productive because I still have to play the game regardless.
Let them finish talking.
Let me speak.
It's still
There's
subjective.
a difference between an opinion and a fact. An opinion is what you believe something is, or your summarization of what you observe. That's what an opinion is.
Your observation is an opinion.
Hold on, let him finish.
No. Listen.
Your observation is an opinion.
Listen.
Your observation is an opinion.
No, it's not.
Listen. Hey, fantastic.
Let me speak.
Hello. Hey, yo. Y'all know that's disrespectful, man. If we asking him to speak and not to cut y'all off when you speak, let him finish.
Well, I ain't saying this out there.
No.
He been here. He ain't say nothing either.
Fantastic. We let Tommy speak, you speak, and Blu-ray speak. Let's not say that you ain't spoke since you've been here, though. No. We know the proper etiquette for a panel, though. We know that right now. We know right now whether you disagree with him, whether you offended by him, we're interjecting. Most of us.
I'm not offended, but I got it.
We're cutting off the brother. Let the brother finish, man.
Listen, people who don't read, I don't have a high opinion of you. I'm sorry. Because if you're doing the show like you're doing now, this is everybody's opinion. So whether you're doing it YouTube, you just giving your opinion. So you just making a point to say nobody should listen to you because all you doing is giving an opinion. Because reading actually has benefits for the fucking brain. It literally does. It actually makes you more intelligent cognition-wise.
This man retarded because I'm gonna be honest, in your day-to-day life, you gotta read something everywhere. Whether you reading just instruction manual on doing something or whether you out in the world and you have to read a prompt somewhere, you have to read something on how something operates, you're always reading. But when it comes down to getting into some of these books and rhetoric that might not help you out, that might put you in a victim mindset, you have to be careful on that.
You have opinions, and then you have facts, okay? And then you can read facts, and then you can read about opinions about facts. Now, if somebody has a court case, and the court tells you, I need a statement of facts, they don't want your opinion. They just want to know what happened, okay? And then you can get into your argument, and you can get into what you think happened, but a statement of facts is facts. Facts are not something that is an opinion. That's just like when you come and you talk about women who say things is this and this is that, and denigrate them and say, oh, you're just giving your opinions. Facts is facts, man. Okay, so when you read, if you all read, then you would know the Christian doctrine of discovery was a succession of papal bulls and edicts. Now, when you read the actual Christian...
Somebody made a super chat and said, JB finds success at an individual level, but fails to understand how ability to connect personal experience with larger social forces to actually make difference past an individual level is the issue. No, here's the thing about it. If your families were all successful as a whole, as a totality, y'all all can move and shape the community that y'all in. Y'all can make a deep impact. But when it's only one, barely two individuals that has that mentality, guess what? The family's gonna drown out those two possibly. Or those two might leave that family. So it's gonna come down to more of us within the units to make us move as a conglomerate. That's why I don't think we understand that. We keep thinking that everybody's supposed to just jump together, and then people want to do, shots like this, but at the same time, what are you doing for your family? How are you shaping yourself to say, you know what, we have to get into this, get to that, and move as a unit? It's not going to work by you just picking up and just telling every single person. Everybody's not going to receive the message, but it's going to have to be some close people that you have to force to get the message almost, and that's going to be your family.
Doctrine of discovery over 500 years to 1,000 years of papal bulls and edicts. You're not reading an opinion. You're reading laws that the popes of Rome issued and said, go and enslave the sons of Ham. Everybody that's black with black skin, everybody that's a Muslim or a non-Christian, go and enslave them, take their possessions and reduce them to perpetual slavery. That's what the Christian doctrine of discovery is. You would know if you read that.
That's the rhetoric.
That is what people call today modern white supremacy. So the papal bulls and edicts that these Roman popes had passed were laws, not opinions. And what they did was give different rights to different European countries who were at war. But the main war was to subjugate everyone who was non-European Christian. These laws got encodified in the colonies. If you read, you would know that.
See, now all he did was just spit something that he read from a book. Does that mean that that's going to help him get through life, create a family, help get a job, help build generational wealth? No. That only, see, the thing about it is the same game that we got to play, white people got to play the same. As an American citizen, we have to literally do the exact same. I work with white people. We all live and play the same game. So all this still pointing the finger at white people. That's why I asked earlier, are we going to create a separate society? Are we going to overthrow society? Because that's the only way you can actually come out and say that we about to do something of significance. Outside of that, we just romanticizing every bit of history that we have learned, and that's kind of annoying.
So the second part.
So, are you muted?
You muted, Fatty, whatever you're saying.
You can finish. I just want to it's called the pink map, where all the European countries got together and divided Africa by you get these and you get these and you get that. That's why if you look at Africa map, all the borders are literally straight up. It's because these white countries got together and said we are going to divide these for us to fight each other. So Mansa is 1,000% right. Go ahead, Mansa.
It's not just Africa either, right? It wasn't just Africa.
I just want to ask you a question. Is this
I want to ask you a question in the middle of me making my point. Go ahead.
Is this before or after the Black popes?
What?
This was before or after what?
Is this
the Black popes?
The Black popes that rule Rome.
Do you know what the Black Pope is? Hold on. I know where she's trying to go.
No.
Do you actually know what the Black popes are?
S.
Do you actually know what the black folks are?
How you debate
then-
history? That's stupid.
Yes, I'm very astute.
That's why
Yeah,
she's bringing it up.
I'm very
I'll let you
in this
think. I'll let
subject.
you think what you like.
Yeah, I'm not even addressing you right now. You
Well,
know
yeah,
what? You're on
of
pause.
course,
I'm
now
not
you gonna
even
run.
finished making my point. I'm not even finished making my points.
Now you gonna
I'm
run.
not answering your question until I get to
course
the
not.
points that I'm making. Because why would I answer the points and I'm not even finished making?
No,
my
it's fine.
point?
Finish your point, man.
Because I keep moving the goalposts.
Finish your point. It's fine. You're right. Finish your point.
So the fact is, if you read, you would know about these papal bulls and edicts and how jurisdiction and authority lawfully was actually established, not some made up junk. Okay, because everybody's talking about opinions here, and they're not actually talking about the facts. If you read, you would know that. So the point that I'm moving along is these papal bulls and edicts that come to being codified in the U.S. Constitution, in the laws of all the European colonies that were taken over, that was the law that they used to say that we have power and authority here. So you have a case called Johnson versus McIntosh, okay, where the Native Americans, American Indians, tried to sue the United States government and said that the reason you have authority on this land is because you made treaties with us. The Supreme Court ruled, Johnson versus McIntosh, look it up. It says that no, we don't have the authority to govern this land because we got a treaty with you. We inherited from England, who inherited it from Rome, okay? So the reality is the laws that are governing here, this isn't opinion, this is fact. The laws that are governing here comes from—
She put up another book. They came Columbus. Okay, that's another one.
Laws that were put in place where Europeans were unified and colonizing the world and subjugating anybody who was melanin and non-Christian. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, let's move to the second point. The second point is, I just got to address it all together, because between Tommy and JB and people talking about victimization, why y'all not on the white platform talking to them if you talk about pro-black? The reality is we're talking about black people issues here.
The thing about it was I was invited to the panel, so I'm not going to white platforms talking about this stuff. I was invited to the panel just to speak as a guest. I talk about this stuff sometimes through reactions or whatnot, but I'm not just going on panels debating these topics because it's pointless sometimes. Like, see, that's how I get wrapped into something that I'm not even supposed to be a part of.
So it ain't even got nothing to do with who's pro-black or who's not. The reality is this: when we talk about what happened in this country, people talking about life insurance and coming together, that's old news. We've been did that stuff. Look up the Red Summer of 1919. Every time white people see black people outdoing them economically, okay,
That's
because
cap,
this whole
bro.
pull yourself up by your bootstrap, that's what our ancestors been on. Fresh out of slavery, black marriages was up 90%, 95%. We created towns. Didn't nobody make no excuses and blame slavery for why it was holding us back?
So why are you doing it now?
They didn't do that. They
So what
went
we
on
doing
and
today?
made pounds. They went on and made—
Hey, that's funny how my mind still think the exact same way, like even during the actual video. Because like, what about today though? Like, that's crazy.
businesses. They went on and flourished economically. And when those economics exceeded white people's economics, they came and burnt it down, okay? Now, nobody's complaining about that and saying that that's why we can't make something happen today. The point is, every time we do, they burn it down, okay? That's the fact. So the reality
is, niggas said they burn down every time we try and do something, they burn it down. This is goofy as hell to say that every time black people come to create something, they just burn it down completely. Is this what we really doing? Is if we can't come together and buy real estate, we can't buy complexes, we can do these things. Like, I understand the history, man, but here's the thing about it. We will live in a different time period. And I think that a lot of us just don't try as much as we used to. Let us get a modern version of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then we can sit right here and say, yo, they destroying everything we create. But we had millions of blacks come together and create a whole town and they destroyed it. Then we can talk about that. But as of now, we can't.
ever get a chance to reply, bro? Like, come on. It's like,
Nah, don't nobody do that to Tommy when he talking.
No, I can't do that. No. Everybody's going to hey.
Don't do that to Tommy.
Yeah, no, I can't do
I
that.
didn't interrupt Tommy.
Hey, friends. Your computer has something called Notepad. You can write on it, and then you can reply in the end. Yes,
that's how you prove. That's how you know niggas ain't listening. They just
yeah.
They're not listening.
No,
they're not listening.
It's the same game.
That shit going all over their head. They don't know what he's talking about.
No, it's fine. Hey, Tommy and
they don't know what he's talking about.
1 second. No, I know. 1 second, please. 1 second. 1 second.
You have so much.
I can kill 8 minutes in 2 minutes.
No,
you ain't had no idea what you're talking about.
I can kill 8 minutes in 2 minutes.
It's fine.
It's no idea.
It's totally fine because when the man.
I think I said underneath my breath, I said a lot of niggas can have so much knowledge until they stupid, but. Maybe that was right or wrong, but that's how I feel sometimes with people who try and always talk about reading books and being overly educated. Sometimes you read so much to where you don't know nothing because it sends you to a point to where you feel stuck and you feel like you can't do anything and you feel helpless. And I think that's a problem.
Y'all just cut homie off like you just cut mine off. That's crazy. That's crazy. Real information.
Hey, friends. Hey. Shout out to y'all. This show being awesome.
Real information.
1 second. Hey, man.
No, you didn't understand shit. You didn't understand shit.
I probably couldn't articulate myself like them, but he definitely understood the point I was trying to make. Same as Tommy. We understood the exact same point we was trying to make. And Mr. Fantastic is going to dive into that soon.
Hey, Fantastic. You got to let me rock out before you go, fam.
Hey, Blu-ray. Yes, I forgot. Blu-ray was here first, but fantastic. Hey, Tommy.
This is crazy.
Hey, Tommy. You better be ready for smoke when you talk. Okay.
Tommy or me?
Mika has to go fantastic. Let her just go after Tommy, then you got it.
I'm sorry, Mika. Mika was going to say something before she go.
Oh, well, I'll let her go ahead and go first then.
Go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead. I'll go right after you.
Well, I just thought that it's just like when people say, like you hear the word ignorance. People get mad that you call it ignorance, but you'll understand that the technical definition of this is this. One of the worst, and any detective will tell you now, and it used to be the number one thing they could put somebody in jail off. They found out that it was one of the worst things you can get. And you know what that was? Eyewitness account. The eyewitnesses accounts of something with some of the worst fucking evidence they had. So when y'all keep saying this, all I'm pointing out something is simple. Every time you read new because I used to be real into the Bible. Like I was into the Bible because my parents got me into the Bible. Then as I read more things, I started realizing I'm being pulled in different ways. I'm a man of science now, but some of the things that I still read from the Bible make complete sense. Then I started arguing the Bible against the stuff that I knew in science.
That's what happens.
So what I'm telling you is it wasn't a bad thing, but that's what happens with a woman that lays with a bunch of men. She starts arguing even against herself. As a person, when you read a lot of things, you will start arguing even against yourself. That's why they tell you one of the hardest things to be is a well-read person. Because you start questioning everything now. And the person that's the dummy questions nothing. And that's why they say ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
It's called critical thinking.
Yeah, but see, Massa probably is so engulfed into his thought process to where he can't look outside of it. And that's exactly what Tommy's trying to explain.
Y'all hold on, let him land.
Critical thinking.
Really listen to what he's saying.
Let him land.
No, we listening.
Hold on. Have y'all noticed I've said nothing wrong or bad?
No, you didn't, Tommy. All I just wanted to, you didn't, Tommy, but you're proving my point because you said you're a man of science now. What you were doing, reading science books, reading studies.
Why do you keep saying
different?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let him land. Let
they don't
Mika
read, man.
Massa. We want you to respond. So let Tommy say what he got to say.
Why are y'all saying this when I'm proving my own point, which is just because you don't know some information, the person who called you ignorant isn't wrong. So it started off with me saying, when you take in other people's stuff, you're taking in their thoughts and how they saw it. That's all I said. And it doesn't mean that you don't learn as you do it.
Yeah.
But don't try to say that I denigrated anything. I didn't, because I'm still telling you exactly what it is.
Yep.
I didn't denigrate you by calling you ignorant if your dumb ass didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. You were just ignorant of it. It doesn't mean that you are a person that's ignorant of everything. So when I said that, you do become a person who, once you keep getting information from different places, you do start to fight from within yourself, because some of it makes sense. Most of the information that we eat is just stuff that
Bro, philosophical for him to be looking like that. Like, if you overread on anything after a while, you're going to start questioning it, and then you're gonna realize, like, damn, hold up, now I can question this, I can question this part. It's gonna send you so many places. I don't understand how he got an issue with that, or can't understand that.
Makes sense, or B, we like who gave it to us. That's why we have a favorite art.
That shit is subject.
That's what I'm saying. That sound like a personal
everybody stop. Like, it sounded like, hey, Tommy, the misunderstanding is this. It sounded like it was an insult. When you said y'all have 50 different Siemens, this is what means that you read 50.
It was passive aggressive. It was a passive aggressive insult.
And Tommy, you are going to have the chance. 1 second, please. Hey, Ila, 1 second. 1 second, please. You are going to have the chance to finish what you said, Tommy. I'm just saying, looking from what we heard, it looked like you are telling that it's not positive to read 100 books because this is just 100 men coming on you. Like, it was a negative.
So wait a minute. Listen to what you just said. So I thought this, but the person who you thought this of now then explains what they meant. So instead of you then continuing to say, oh, well, now I get it, of how you were using that.
I don't get shit, man.
You told me you don't get it.
Y'all offended. They're offended. They too offended, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not even offended. I'm not offended.
You are. You literally said he denigrated you. You're the person that said denigrated.
No, he said he denigrated reading. He didn't say me. He said reading.
I didn't denigrate reading.
He didn't say denigrated me.
That nigga's a
You're wrong.
problem.
Y'all, this is insane.
I didn't say he denigrated me.
Zip it.
I didn't say he denigrated me. I
You said I
said
denigrated reading.
He said reading.
Yeah, because you said if you read a lot, that's like a lot of men coming on you. Or
Yes, that's denigrating it.
No,
coming on your brain.
It needs to be specific.
And y'all, this is scary to listen to.
It is scary.
That's crazy.
Hey, friends, we have to get some self-control. Go ahead, Tommy, finish, and then Mika, she has to go. So go ahead, Mika, ask the question. Fantastic and interrupted afterwards. Go ahead, Tommy.
I listened through all of them. Didn't cut them off. Didn't say no smart-ass philosophical shit or no smart-ass Mansa shit. I just sit here. And as a matter of fact, like they said, my face is on there and I'm supposed to be one of the fucking featured guests. And I've spoken 4 times in 3 hours and still ain't said shit wrong. I just enjoyed the show. But y'all niggas can't stop yourself when I'm
trying.
Not true.
Hold on.
That's your opinion.
Hold on. Hey, respectfully, if y'all respect me, can y'all stop, please? Tommy, you interrupted him several times, okay?
I interrupted which one, Mansa?
Let me finish. Mansa, yes. Excuse you interrupted Mansa several times, okay? And then you stopped. Can I finish, please? Fantastic did too, and JayBReacts. It's almost like they doing it from their emotion too, but they're doing it so they got theirs in. Now, can y'all let them finish? Because you did interrupt them about 4 or 5 times, Tommy. You did, and Fantastic and JayBReacts, being honest. But you let them land eventually. So Mansa Illa, can y'all let him land too, please? Because y'all got y'all in too.
I'm asking.
But can you?
What I mean, Tommy, y'all will say to them as the host, "Hey, let this happen," and they just won't. And even now, I've been very calm.
Bro, go ahead, bro.
No, Tommy. They did to you what you did to them. That's all they did, and that's the problem. This is the problem.
Asked me to quit, and I did.
But Tommy, this is the problem. They said reading was fundamental, and you did what you said, right? And then you turned right back.
No, he didn't say reading was fun. No, he didn't.
Listen. I'm just bringing it all together. That's all I'm
trying to tell you where the problem was. Y'all keep doing that. This is where the problem was. Again, there were a lot of black people who were slaves and whatever. Just like how he said, well, we built all these things and we had families and all these things. So that means you had the blueprint of how to do it right. Why in the hell would you be doing that right now? Make them burn it down again. Exactly. Why would you use the excuse of people who weren't alive when you were alive? They did it right, but the whites tore it down. And we just gonna keep saying this and not trying to build it again?
Exactly.
That don't make no sense.
I didn't say anything against that.
Yes,
Hold on. So then what? And neither did Jay or Mr. Fantastic say anything about they didn't tear it down. But why would you bring up something that we didn't see? We weren't alive. We did not
even brought up Mr.
We shouldn't even have the
wait a minute. Be making a whole bunch of arguments, man.
We shouldn't have the trauma or the fear that if we get together and do it, they're gonna burn it down because we didn't see it.
I just said that.
Everybody agrees with that.
I said the challenge.
Everybody agrees with that.
Everybody agrees with that. Nobody said that.
No, Fatty said every time we build something, they tear it down. That was the argument. I don't understand. Now they kind of backtracking or whatnot. What Tommy's trying to say is that we can redo it. We can get back out there and put our feet to the ground. We in 2025. We supposed to be a little bit more knowledgeable, a little bit more money, a little bit more, group economics, thinking we're aware of the history. We've been reading the books, like Mansa said. We understood what the white man has done over these like damn near 100 plus years, or let's say 400 years of slavery. We're already aware of everything. Why in 2025 we can't recreate Tulsa, Oklahoma, and try and make it happen again?
And everybody agrees with that.
You scared to read.
No. Listen,
This man
Tommy.
still talking about reading.
They both said it's important to read. That's what their basic point was. Their main point.
No, he didn't say
no.
That's not what he said.
They were talking about reading.
That ain't what he just said.
What do you mean
That's not what he said. It's important to read. He talked bad about. He told that man because he couldn't come up with a book for him that what he's saying don't matter. That was the point.
Who,
Jesus
I said that?
Christ. Yes.
I said
No. It was Ila. No. It was wrong. It's wrong. No, one second, please. It was 1 second, please. Let me clear it out. It was Ila came in and says, how many books did you read? Then Tommy said, like, you bragging about that is like a woman having 50 comes on their brain because Tommy said
that's
that.
what happened. That's what happened.
And then afterwards, no, 1 second. And then afterwards, Mansa said, I look down on people that look like that on books. His response was to you, Tommy.
That is not the way it happened.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so wait a minute.
Exactly how it
this the same shit that happened the last time we had.
Ain't no last time. Just deal with the moment, bro.
No. Hey, 1 second. Hey, 1 second. Let him explain exactly what happened.
Niggas kissing y'all ass.
Hey, 1 second. Hey, 1 second, friend. Hey, 1 second. Hey, I'm talking. Hey, respectfully, I'm talking. So our version of the facts, Tommy, is Ila said that you brought the brain and the semen thing. And then Mansa went off on you saying, I don't respect people that look at reading like that. What is your version of
Thank you. That's all I asked. I got to hear.
Nobody interrupt, please. Yes, let's see what they
happened was he was talking to two people. A young lady up there, Mika, and Jay. And he asked them to name the books that they got their information from, their knowledge from. Because he said he don't trust nobody or believe nobody who have information, but they didn't get it from somewhere. And I started laughing. I was like, well, their opinion would have come from somebody else's.
Yo, this is crazy how Illa said he never said that. He literally shamed me because I couldn't give him a book on my knowledge, that it didn't come from any source. Where did I come up with this idea, whatnot? And the fact that he was able to read so many books and come up with his knowledge and experience supersedes mine. That's where he came from. He did ask me that.
I never said that.
See, now he's saying he didn't.
And I couldn't name a book.
No, the way you worded it, I didn't say
and
that.
he
No,
didn't talk shit about Jay because Jay didn't name a book. He said at least the woman could. That's why I talk shit about a lot of you black males. He literally said this.
Exactly.
No, I didn't. Just because you scream and holler like a Baptist preacher don't mean you make sense, bro. You just got a lot of goofy people that listen to that and then move by that type of rhetoric. All I did was say, if you want to make a conclusive statement about black people, it'll be advantageous to see where you get your literature from. You just speaking just because that's how you feel. You need
that shit was kind of funny when he said the Baptist preacher part. I kind of chuckled. I was like, oh shit, but that was kind of funny. But nah, he definitely moving the goalpost of the argument.
Every time you go to a place of academia, these same white people you love to talk about, there's always literature comes with reality. That's a part of reality. And you guys just go out here that would make. And if this why what you're saying is so corny, because when I came on the show, hold on, bro. When I came on the panel, I even gave you props. So to show you what type of man I am. Hold on. We heard you talk.
You get the rebuttal to him.
We heard you talk because I really try to move like a man. I just get a real flustered because I'm just from a place where you got to show and prove. I'm not from a place that make excuses. Y'all love to talk about make excuses, but y'all make a lot of excuses of why literature doesn't matter. Like to hear a grown man go on soliloquies. Now you could say what you read may not be the end all be all. It's more books. That's an argument. But you men are saying reading is kind of like not that
Well,
serious.
Pointed at me, bro. Pointed at me because he was defending something else. If you want to see me talking about books, just go ahead and put it at me.
Bro, he literally said, no, I'm pointing at all of y'all. I'm pointing at all of y'all. It ain't about pointing at nothing because I'm direct. I don't have to make analogies about, oh, you reading it's like a whole bunch of niggas nutting on you. Hold on, bro. Hold on. You just said directed at you, so now I'm talking to all, like I said, I'm talking to all of y'all.
Okay.
All of y'all. Because it's not just about you or me. Because y'all speak for a mentality. Unfortunately, it's mad people that listen to y'all and believe a lot of stuff that y'all say. So it ain't about me or you. It's about the masses. We're never going to meet the Jay-Z's. We're never going to meet the Beyoncé's. All we're going to do is meet the people that follow these people, that follow us. We're not going to run into your mentality directly. I'm going to run into somebody that agree with how you agree with, and you might the same with me. So what I'm saying is, you guys, this man said, He said reading different books is like being a woman getting nutted on by a bunch of men. That was disgusting. You did say that. You just don't like it being told back to you. And it's funny how you talk about women so much, but you debate just like one. But you debating just like one. Now I'm back to you. Every time I'm on these panels, I got to deal with a triple threat match. But it's all good because it's light work. Like I said, you said that. You talked about, all I said, bro, I fuck with you, Tommy. I was giving you flowers, showing you that, hey, I may not, because I'm respectful. I said, I may not agree with you, but I gotta give my flower. I gotta respect you. You did some disrespectful shit. It was just very indirect, but I'm gonna be direct. What you said was weird as hell. You compared learning and reading different passages, different bodies of work to a woman getting nutted on by multiple men. That was corny, that was indirect, and that was a sneak around way to say something slick. It wasn't direct. So regardless of what y'all be talking about these women and all that, when somebody goes...
I probably do need to stop like just butting in and just saying little, ad hominem attacks behind the scenes. That's probably not the best for like a debate platform.
Against something that you guys are really passionate about, you turn into them same women. So all we're saying is this, brother, because I'm about to go. I ain't got time for this shit. All I'm saying is this, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land, you can definitely pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you can have the greatest credit score. You can get everything you deserve and you should get it. There's a lot of ways for the individual to arm themselves with information. You can learn computer skills on your phone. There's a lot of ways at the individual that you can get to the top of life. You can become a passport, bro. There's a lot of individual outlets for a man.
Those are my talking points.
When it comes to, I'm not talking to nobody's talking point. I'm talking to the people. When it comes...
Yeah, those are my talking points that you can do all this stuff. See, it's crazy how he ended up redirecting. He was talking about the white man in history. I'm talking about the stuff that he's saying right now. About we can do all these skills, we can put ourselves in these positions to grow, build our families, communities, mindset, mentality. He's trying to piggyback on that. No, those were my talking points. He was talking about reading the history of the white man to know how they got their foot on your neck. That's what he was saying. Him and Mansa.
You can still be those things, but to understand, ladies and gentlemen, why your people isn't moving in the way we would like, it's going to take a little bit of you to do some scholarship. And with that, I digress and I gotta go.
And while he's digressing, hey Tommy, if you didn't mean that when you said the semen when someone's reading, what did you mean then?
It was an analogy.
Just let me repeat. Do you see how he left? Y'all let these people go to where they finish and they just get to talk stupid and then leave. So you insulted me and I never insulted you. Let me ask you something. And Shaka, if he was up here, he'd know this. I made the analogy because of this. And I didn't say nutted on, I said nutted in. And let me explain why I made that analogy. Because people know there's this thing, and the women will tell you. You ever heard this thing called soul ties? They also tell you that when you put these many semen in you, a lot of times women are fighting against all those DNA that are in them. So you didn't like the crassness of the analogy, but the analogy was 100% right on, because every time you read a book that you like or you think is good, you have that DNA in you. You even recall it back when people are talking about something. You'll say, just like I read in so-and-so, and then you'll read something else. And you know what you'll do? Say, just like I read with so-and-so. So now you got two things that you're recalling. Thank you. They call it imprinting. When you read a book that you like, it is imprinting on you, which is why you go tell other people they should read this book. And you see, even how he tried to diss me. Yeah, you might have a lot of people listen to you. I'm sick of these fucking ex-fans or current fans that don't know how to be fans of mine, always bringing up what I do and then act like I brought up what I do. I didn't say shit about who I was or how big my audience was. But there's a point when even the own people in the comment section were saying, y'all are not understanding Tommy. He is right. You are insulted by thinking I'm saying a nigga coming in you instead of understanding that I'm saying he's imprinting on you when you read it, just like you claim I'm imprinting on those people who watch me. Aren't you saying that?
That's a problem with these debate platforms because they try and twist your words around. He literally used an analogy. I mean, we can insinuate exactly what he's saying. I know they try and say, oh, you can't process information right. You're not quick with the debating. But I literally understood exactly what he was saying. But sometimes they think they overly intelligent and quick with a response to where it's like, why would you say something like that? Why would you say that someone is coming in someone? Like, you know what he's saying. It's an analogy. He's not literally talking about that. He's talking about you reading so many books where you're getting it printed just like a female would. I don't understand how it's that difficult. But that's why I say a lot of these debate platforms, they do this constantly, man. Just get to the point. We understand what he's saying.
Yeah, okay, let me respond. Let me respond.
Nah, my nigga, you can't respond. It's too
Nigga, I had a chance to respond.
Hold on.
I think I'm gonna leave it right here, y'all, because I'm not gonna lie. After this, Mr. Fantastic was cooking, and I wish I could have put this in here, but this thing gonna be super long. But this was crazy, man. I don't even want to leave it on this screen. I'm about to fast forward to put it back on everybody else, because, like I said, us as people, black people, I understand the history. I understand how we were held down at one point and we had to fight and pull ourselves by the bootstrap, as they say. But if you fast forward throughout the years, we are in 2025. And can we still make the same excuses when we do have figures of success out there? We have tools that we can utilize to try and promote the same success on a smaller scale. It's going to boil down to people who actually want something out of life. Individuals who can come together. It's probably going to start off as a family structure because those usually the people that have your best interests. I'm not going to say it's always family, but I always mention family to say like the people who was like your day ones, the people who are always there with you. Those are going to be the people that you usually going to try and create something with because y'all got a stronger bond opposed to maybe a stranger. But the difference between us and an immigrant who coming over here trying to make it is going to be mentality. Because we just been bred different. So, but we still people at the end of the day, and they still can come over and play the same game. They're still working just like you're working. We're not different. We still bleed, shit, eat, sleep the same exact way. I understand the umbrella that we were under, but we can do whatever we want though. We can get into spaces. We can try and learn more knowledge, learn more information. But guess what the sad part is? It might not be your generation that might see it. See, we got a problem also with playing the game. I was just talking with someone about this. We get confused with white people thinking that we just see them have so much like immense like household wealth or, you know, a higher household income. But we not paying attention to the 2 generations ago of the guy who stayed at a factory plant and worked there for like 40 years and retired and died. Working at that plant, had a 401k, had life insurance, and just lived a simple life and passed it on. Guess what a lot of us don't want to do? We don't want to live that life no more. It's boring. That's not attractive. That's not something that I want. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want a different way of life. So guess what? Don't be mad at people who play the simplistic game, but then maximize the results from the simplistic game. A lot of us don't want to play the 40, 50-year-old game at a factory or a manufacturing plant, whatever place that is, have a 401k, just get a simple family or whatnot and live life. A lot of us don't want to do that. And don't get me wrong, I know it's other structures out there that has compromised that, especially when it comes to the dating market, has made that more difficult. But guess what? It's still achievable. But we don't want to play that game, man. And I just get sick of hearing that rhetoric because, like I said, I'm amongst white people. We all play the same game. We all got to learn, be better, work hard, go into work, show up. Like, we still doing the exact same thing. And here's the thing about it. If you're not in this system, we just might have to go to another system. What's the best system to live in? You got multiple layouts in the world. Choose which one you want to be in. Learn the language. You can do it. Nobody's stopping you on that either. denounce your citizenship here and become a citizen in another country. Guess what? I guarantee you're going to be trying to get your citizenship back in America. Guarantee you most likely you're going to be trying to come back. But instead, we just stay here and complain about it. We really got to understand where we at, the time period we live in, and what we can do to get ourselves out of it. But when you have people who come up here and they just good with their words and they can talk, that's why a lot of these platforms is about people who can talk the best. I can't talk the best. I'm not gonna sit right here and act like I'm just a smooth talker, slick talker. Every word comes out and it's connected and it's just, oh man, boy, that motherfucker really can go with it. He's cooking. I'm not cooking all the time. But I'll tell you one thing that is always cooking, my mentality. Because I know what it takes to survive, and I know what it takes to have a family, and I know what it takes to make sure that I get to where I need to be at. And the people around me can hopefully be straight too. I'm trying to rise through the ranks. I want to move up because I want people next to me where we can share business ideas and come up with things where we can grow and promote. And I've already helped so many people out just mentally on a mental level. Maybe I haven't created anything on a physical level to where other people eating off of as well. But when it comes to mentality, man, I've put so many people in positions to where they're doing things outside of the norm that they were normally doing. And I appreciate myself for that. And I did it in a small scale in a different way, but it was my way. And it's something that I did, and I appreciate that. And just as well, I want y'all to appreciate watching the entirety of this live because it was a lot going on, and I really appreciate it. Watching it back, I see things that I should not have done. I have to get better on these platforms because I don't like the way how I debate with people or whatnot. I'm not a debater or whatnot, so it's kind of difficult for me to navigate through the conversations, and I forget my thoughts or whatnot. But that's something I got to improve on, and I'm self-aware of that, and I'm accountable about it. So I'm not going to give myself a pass on anything. But make sure I watch this in its entirety. Make sure I like the video, comment below. This is your guy JayBReacts, y'all, and until next time, peace.